Look, if the people of this country didn't want their politicians to be self-serving and corrupt, then they shouldn't have voted for us. You're saying you're not accountable. No, of course we're accountable. We're accountable to the voters. But only during elections. Yes, every few years, depending on a timetable of our choosing, a small number of people in a select group of marginal constituencies can cast a vote that may possibly have an effect on whether or not we're in power. And if that's not accountability, I don't know what is. Well, if the only accountability is elections, do you agree that it's important that the media reports on what's happening in government, so people know who they're voting for? The voters aren't interested in tittle-tattle. They care about the big issues. Like breaking manifesto pledges? No one reads the manifestos, and after all, in elections, the voters have their say, and then it's our job to interpret what they mean. It sounds a bit like you're saying that as long as you're in power, you can do what you like. Well, as my good friend Nadine Dorries might tweet, I think that's a ridiculous thing to say, although nowhere near as ridiculous as the person saying it. Does Nadine Dorries understand that being the Secretary of State for Culture and Media doesn't mean that she gets to tell people in the media what to say? Well, no. To be honest, the number of things that she doesn't understand could fill a library, that she probably wouldn't read. But look, the important thing is that that tweet was misinterpreted. Then why did she delete it? Because she was the one who misinterpreted it. Do you not find the conduct of this government a bit embarrassing? Look, if these questions don't get a bit less hostile, I'll have to call my good friend Paul. Do you mean Paul Dacre, who hasn't been appointed the head of Ofcom? No, he hasn't, which proves that the process isn't corrupt. But you want him to be appointed. Of course. And you're changing the rules to try and get him appointed. That's right. So by your own admission, won't that prove that the process is corrupt? I don't think the voters care about these little details. Look, Minister, did I hear somewhere that you had an Irish grandmother? Yes. Why are you bringing that up? No reason. I mean, it does now mean that we could strip you of your citizenship. But don't let that worry you. Is that a threat? Why don't we let the voters decide? Thank you, Minister. Next up, as accusations are made about the behaviour of the Prime Minister's father, we ask how well connected you have to be before people start using the word handsy instead of sexual assault.